Most drivers who hear Alaska trucking picture the same road. That road is the Dalton, the ice road from the TV show Ice Road Truckers, with frozen lakes and chains and trailers sliding sideways. You're right about the name. The cold, you've got mostly right. None of the 8 roads on this list is a frozen lake ice road, and the one you already named, the Dalton, is the worst for a reason the show never spent time on. That reason is the one part the show never talked about, and it's the part that matters. So this is 8 Alaska roads, counted down from bad to worst. Each one gets its milepost, its most dangerous stretch, its documented wreck or closure, and what you do if dispatch sends you anyway. Not every road gives you all 4. When one's missing, that gap is the warning. These aren't city names pulled off a map. Every one of them comes from a milepost, a gate, or a piece of the state's own paperwork. Add the word of drivers who've run them for decades. And hold on to this. The worst one on this list is the only road in this country where you can haul freight for over 200 miles straight. And the only fuel is at the 2 ends. And one of those ends is a frozen ocean with no way back. Let's get into it. Number 8. This is the Glen Highway, Alaska Route 1, the road out of Anchorage you never think about. It carries the main traffic north from Anchorage through the wide farm valley they call the Matanuska-Susitna. 179 miles and nothing about it looks remote. Then you hit Eureka Summit at 332 feet, where the coastal weather and the interior weather meet. When those two meet, the weather gets rough. A clear morning climbing out of Anchorage, a dry van rolling easy. By the summit, the wind is sideways, the temperatures dropped 10 degrees, and the trailers leaning toward the lane line. No snow was forecast. The pass made its own weather. There's no documented crash to point to for this road. Drivers who know that country will tell you the summit builds avalanche snow and ice that comes right back after the plow clears it. So check the state's live road report before you commit to Eureka Summit. If it says wind or ice, the load waits. Even the least dangerous road on this list crosses a 3,000-foot pass, where the weather follows no normal pattern. Number 7. The Glen surprises you at the top. The Steese is the opposite. It just keeps getting narrower until you're the only thing on the road. 161 miles from Fairbanks to Circle. The first 81 are paved. The rest is dirt and gravel, winding through empty mountains, built long ago to serve the Circle mining district. And here's an idea to keep in mind for the rest of this list. Most of these roads have an off-season, a month you don't cross if you're smart. The Steese stays open on paper. Once you're far enough up it, the road has already shut you in. The trap is just a breakdown in a place where the phone says no service, and a disabled rig blocks the only way through. At night on that gravel, the headlights lie about the road surface. The high beams flatten everything into the same gray, so you can't tell washboard bumps from a washed-out hole. If you're sent up here with a heavy load, check the closure barriers before you go. And if you get past the pavement after dark, slow to where you can read the road because the headlights won't. The people who live around Circle and the mining district drive this road because it's home. This is a warning between drivers, not a criticism of the town. The Steese won't get you with ice. What gets you is the distance between you and anyone who could help. Number 6. The Elliott closes you in with something you can't see at all. And that's worse because you'll drive into it at speed. 152 miles from Fox to Manly Hot Springs, paved to the Dalton Junction, then 80 unpaved miles. The dangerous piece is overflow ice. Water forced up through the frozen ground, spread across the road, refrozen under a light, fresh snow. Hit it at 45 and the truck goes wherever the ice takes it. The state's own words say there's no cell service north of Wickersham Dome, and you won't see much traffic up there. Fuel's at Minto, and the standing guidance is to carry supplies and fuel for 400 miles, more than twice the length of the road itself. That number tells you the rest. Night in the cab. Light snow falling, just enough to make the road look soft and clean. The driver watches the temperature, because any rise near freezing means the water under the road can come up. The first sign isn't visible, it's the steering going light. On a lot of roads, the ice is in front of you. On the Elliott, it's under the snow, and the first sign is the skid. Number 5. The Elliott stays open all winter and punishes you for it. The Taylor does the opposite. It closes. And 3 roads in, the pattern's already showing. None of these are the ice roads from the show, and each one takes something different from you. The Taylor Highway runs 160 miles to Eagle. The first 60 are paved, the rest gravel. And here's the most honest warning on this whole list. The highway is closed to automobile traffic from October through April by a gate. That's 6 months. Winter use is snowmobiles only. If you're hauling to Eagle, you go in the open months or not at all, and those months have an end. It's late September, and the load's for Eagle. Weather's moving in over the gravel. The driver checks the date and does the math. There's no place to turn around in another day, and the gate doesn't care about the freight papers in your cab. Watch for the 40-mile caribou herd, large deer that migrate through this area, moving through the shoulders in September and spring. And during breakup, the spring thaw, the gravel gets worse. The road freezes at night and melts by day. After the gate closes, you're not free to do what you want. You're a trespasser, and you're also alone. The Taylor's 6-month closed sign is the state telling you the truth. This road is not for you in winter. Number 4, the Taylor keeps you out. The Seward stays open all year, right in the middle of everyone else's summer, and that crowd is exactly the problem. 125.3 miles from Seward to Anchorage. The stretch between Girdwood and Turnagain Arm, roughly mileposts 75 to 90, carries 15,000 vehicles a day in summer. Hold on to that number. The state itself flagged that 15-mile stretch as crash-prone. July 2015, milepost 79. A tour bus runs off the road. 1 person killed, several hurt badly, and the road's jammed for 10 hours. The state's answer was a 4-year rebuilding project on mileposts 75 to 90 because its own paperwork said it had to. Summer afternoon on Turnagain Arm. Tourists, campers, ATV riders, and a wide trailer rolling down the road. Sun glare off the water, fog rolling in off the inlet. Every lane change costs room this truck doesn't have. The people who commute this road every day aren't the problem. They're just trying to get home. This warning is about a road that's too small for what it now carries. Not blaming any town. You won't get stranded on the Seward. You'll get crowded until there's no room left to move. We're halfway through. 4 roads are down and 4 are still to go. Here's the question for you. Which of these 8 would you refuse in winter? No load, no deadline, just your own truck. Put it in the comments. And that's how I'll know who actually made it this deep into the video. Subscribe. It's free, which is more than the state charges for the road maintenance they do. And the next one is where a closed gate is more than just a rule on paper. Number 3, 4 down, and we're past the roads that give you a warning. The next one gave the state its warning in the worst way. It cost 3 lives. The state's official records show the Denali Highway's crash record. The 1996 deaths put those 3 names there, and the state locked the gate because of them. 135 miles of gravel, closed October to mid-May every year. McLaren Summit sits at 4,086 feet, the second highest road pass in Alaska. In 1996, 3 people froze to death when snows blocked their progress on this road. God rest them. Picture it. It's late September and a vehicle is on the Denali's gravel with snow closing in. The weather arrives in hours. Rescue arrives too late. That's why the gate exists now. The dates on that sign mark a grave. On the gravel in summer, the safe speed is 30 miles an hour. That's the actual safe speed. The Denali's gate is the state saying in concrete terms what this road costs when you ignore it. Number 2, the Denali closes because the snow can kill you where you sit. The Richardson Highway stays open all year through a pass that holds the snowfall record for the whole continent. That's a different kind of trouble. 3 on 68 miles from Valdez to Fairbanks. Thompson Pass, south of Valdez, tops out around 2,800 feet. In one winter, it got 974 inches of snow, about 81 feet. That's not a typo. One single day dropped 62 inches. Even an average year, there is 551 inches. Until 1950, that pass was closed to wheeled traffic every winter. Then a freight company manager decided to prove it could run year-round. He plowed it himself all season long. Through snow, no wheel had legally touched all winter, with the next storm always behind him. His bet is why the road stays open now. There's a graveyard at mile 203 on the Richardson by an old traveler's stop called Yost's Roadhouse. In the old days, people froze to death on that stretch and were buried right nearby. The water's a killer here, too. The Delta River flooded Donnelly's Roadhouse more than once, and the old town of Richardson got washed into the Tanana River. An oil pipeline through the pass keeps the road crews plowing now because year-round clearing matters to more than just trucks. 81 feet of snow in one season is what this road is known for. Number 1. You already knew this one was coming. You've seen the show, you know the name. The reason it's the worst is the part the show never spent time on. That reason is the fuel math. Remember the Taylor's sign? 6 months closed. Remember the Denali's Gate, which exists because people died. The Dalton says the opposite. It stays open all year. Staying open all year only promises you a commitment. Safety is never part of the promise. 414 miles from Fairbanks to Deadhorse on the north slope, following the pipeline. The most dangerous stretch is from Coldfoot at mile 175 to Deadhorse at mile 414. That's 239 miles. The only fuel is at the two ends, and one of those ends is a frozen ocean with no way back. Coldfoot is the last decision point. Atigun Pass at mile 244, 4,039 feet, is the highest pass in Alaska they keep open all year. The state's own words say avalanches up there have taken many drivers off the road. Snow depth runs near 4 feet. And at Prospect Creek, mile 135, the temperature hit minus 80 on January 23, 1971. That's the coldest ever recorded in the United States, and it wasn't at a research station. It was on this road. The Federal Land Office calls it narrow, rough, steep, mostly gravel, with sudden potholes, no medical facilities, no grocery stores. Snow and ice possible any month. The Ice Road show made it famous, which is why it's the one everybody names. But the fuel math is what kills. A loaded truck on these grades burns 5 to 6 miles per gallon. 239 miles of gravel, even at a steady 45, that's 40 to 45 gallons. A standard tank can run dry before Deadhorse in a headwind. There's no fuel truck at mile 300 in winter. The only decision point is Coldfoot. You have enough fuel in reserve or you turn around. Coldfoot is the truck stop. Winds picking up. The forecast for Atigun says snow and slide risk. The gauge says one thing. The headwind might say another. There are two ends and no middle. The road out is either 239 miles forward or back the way you came. In 2018, flooding under the frozen ground forced them to move a 4,000-foot section of this road. The road moves under you. Deadhorse is a work site, not a theme park. The people up there do a job most of the country can't stare at for 5 minutes without a warm coat. This warning is about a road, not a criticism of the people who work at its end. Every other road on this list gives you a way out. The Dalton gives you one choice at one truck stop, and then it takes the way back. Alaska doesn't negotiate. Every road on this list takes something specific from you, and the map doesn't have shortcuts. The drivers who run these routes for the pipeline, the villages along these routes, and the oil fields do the country's cold work. They don't get half the credit they've earned. And here's something this audience can settle better than any desk list. Of these 8, which one would you refuse to haul on in winter? The one that's actually off limits for you. Name it, and tell me what load would make you reconsider, if any. We read every single comment, and the best ones become the next video. Subscribe, it's free, unlike the fuel you'll need at Coldfoot. Until next time, drive safe.